What if I told you the Fantastic Four, Marvel's first family, were actually inspired by ancient gods? Not just metaphorically, but almost myth for myth. Their powers, their personalities, even their relationships, all echo the immortal stories of Greek mythology. Today, we're diving deep into that connection. From flaming chariots, to shape-shifting titans, to goddesses of the unseen. We'll show how the Human Torch, Mr. Fantastic, the Thing, and Invisible Woman all mirror mythological figures you've heard of, and some you probably haven't. Welcome to Epic Stories Explained, where ancient myths and modern heroes go hand in hand. Let's begin. Human Torch, Johnny Storm. Let's start with the Human Torch, Johnny Storm. The youngest member of the Fantastic Four, cocky, impulsive, but powerful, and always ready to light it up with two words: flame on. He's got total control of fire, can fly by igniting the air around him, and when pushed, can go full supernova, unleashing explosive firepower that can burn through steel. So who does he match in Greek mythology? Let's start with Hephaestus, god of fire, forge, and volcanoes. Hephaestus was the blacksmith of the gods, a creator of weapons, armor, and magical items. His forge was under Mount Etna, and when it erupted, the Greeks believed it was him hard at work. He wasn't flashy, he was quiet, methodical, but his power was immense. He made Achilles' armor, Zeus's thunderbolts, Hermes' winged sandals, and even the first woman, Pandora. Hephaestus was also cast out of Olympus, thrown from the heavens for being ugly. Crippled and mocked, he still returned, forgiving, clever, and brilliant. He's less showy than Johnny, but both command the primal force of fire. Both misunderstood, both underestimated. Now, for someone with Johnny's swagger, we have to bring in Apollo, god of the sun, light, music, and prophecy. Apollo rode a chariot of light across the sky each day. He radiated power, youth, and brilliance. But he was more than pretty light beams. He was a god of healing and disease, of oracles and plague. He could strike you with a musical note, or burn your crops to ash. Apollo was confident, flirtatious, and extremely competitive. He had endless love affairs, with nymphs, mortals, even gods. But he also had a short fuse. When rejected, he retaliated, sometimes cruelly. Johnny Storm, like Apollo, is bright, admired, talented, and often reckless. Both burn bright, and both leave a trail of chaos and awe wherever they go. Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. He can stretch and twist and reshape his body, but the real superpower is mind. He's a scientist, a leader, one of the smartest people in the entire Marvel universe. And when he's not battling Dr. Doom or Galactus, he's probably solving the secrets of the multiverse. So, who are the mythological minds behind Reed Richards? Let's begin with Daedalus, the craftsman of the gods. Daedalus was the ultimate inventor of Greek myth, a genius engineer who built the labyrinth for King Minos, a maze so complex that even Daedalus could barely escape it. He designed flying wings for himself and his son Icarus, a mechanical cow for a queen's bizarre request, and trap-filled palaces long before booby traps were cool. But Daedalus was also secretive. He was a man who walked the fine line between genius and danger. His creations weren't just clever, they often had consequences. His son Icarus died because of Daedalus' invention. Like Reed, Daedalus creates wonders that sometimes go too far. Things that push the boundaries of ethics, power, and reality. But there's a darker figure who shares Reed's obsession with knowledge. Prometheus, the Titan who gave fire to mankind. Prometheus didn't just give humanity literal fire, he gave us progress, technology, and rebellion. He stole it from Zeus, defied the king of gods, and paid a horrible price. Chained to a rock, an eagle tore out his liver every day, only for it to regenerate each night. Prometheus is the symbol of sacrifice for the sake of enlightenment. He believed humans deserved the tools of the gods, even if it meant eternal punishment. That's Reed in a nutshell. He risks it all, family, morality, even the universe, to unlock new frontiers. He's the Promethean genius of Marvel, always stretching, always reaching, sometimes too far. Ben Grimm, the Thing. Ben Grimm, the Thing. A man trapped in a rock-like body, super strong, nearly indestructible, and, under it all, deeply human. His catchphrase? It's clobberin' time. But behind the bravado is a tragic figure, one who didn't ask for this power and carries the weight of it every day. Let's start with his clearest mythological twin, Heracles, the hero of strength and suffering. Heracles, called Hercules by the Romans, was the strongest mortal in all mythology. He strangled snakes as a baby, slayed the Nemean lion, cleaned the Augean stables, and held the sky on his back for a while, just for fun. His 12 labors were a punishment for a tragic mistake, killing his own family in a madness sent by Hera. I missed Heracles. He was a man tormented by guilt, desperate to earn redemption, to be more than his mistakes. He was loved and feared, but never truly at peace. Ben Grimm is a modern Heracles, burdened with power, haunted by what he's become, trying to do good, even when he feels like a monster. His friends call him a hero, but he doesn't always believe them. There's another mythological figure worth mentioning here, someone whose burden is literally cosmic. Atlas, the titan who holds up the sky. Atlas fought against Zeus during the Great Titanomachy. He lost, and as punishment, he was condemned to hold up the heavens forever. Imagine that, eternity spent carrying the sky on your shoulders. Atlas isn't flashy. He doesn't speak. He just endures. He becomes a symbol of quiet strength, of bearing impossible weight without thanks. He just wants to carry his burden, so others don't have to. He's the Atlas of the team, the foundation, the one who takes the hit so others don't have to. Sue Storm, Invisible Woman. Now, let's talk about the most underrated powerhouse in Marvel's universe. Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman. She can vanish, project invisible force fields, cut through metal with sheer willpower, and protect others like a guardian angel made of light and force. But her true power? You don't always see it. She's the glue of the team, the quiet strategist, the protector. And that brings us to Hecate, goddess of magic, mystery, and the unseen. Hecate is one of the most mysterious goddesses in Greek myth. She stands at crossroads, literal and metaphorical. She controls magic, shadows, and boundaries, and she's often depicted holding torches, lighting the way through darkness. Hecate isn't a flashy goddess. She works in silence, from the margins, but she's powerful. Even Zeus respects her. She's called upon during moments of transition, birth, death, war, parallel to Sue. Sue's powers are the modern version of Hecate's. She controls the invisible. She protects. She creates boundaries, sometimes literally. But she doesn't demand attention. She just is. Strong, silent, unshakable. There's another goddess Sue mirrors, especially in her fierce loyalty and independence, Artemis, the huntress, guardian of the innocent. Artemis is the twin of Apollo, goddess of the moon, of the wild, of young women. She's a protector, and she doesn't need anyone's approval. She's often seen with a bow and arrows, leading others through the forest, or standing alone under moonlight. Artemis values independence. She is fiercely loyal to her companions. But cross her, you're done. She once turned a mortal hunter into a deer, just for spying on her while she bathed. Sue has Artemis's grace. and her bite. She defends her family with an unmatched ferocity. She leads with calm wisdom, but if you hurt the one she loves, you'll wish you'd never been born. We've seen fire, we've seen invention, we've seen strength in the unseen. But now, let's step back. Let's look at the Fantastic Four not as individuals, but as a mythological unit, a modern pantheon. Johnny Storm is Apollo and Hephaestus, the fire of the sun, the passion of the forge. He's light, speed, energy, a god you can't ignore even if you want to. Reed Richards is Prometheus and Daedalus, the thinker, the rule breaker, the man who reaches too far and pays the price. He builds the future, but sometimes forgets to look behind it. Ben Grimm is Heracles and Atlas, power with purpose, tragedy wrapped in muscle, a soul of gold trapped in stone. He is endurance, sacrifice, the one who bears the weight, so others don't have to. And Sue Storm? She is Hecate and Artemis. She is the boundary, the protector, the invisible strength that holds the team and the world together. She doesn't shout. She doesn't need to. She leads with clarity, and she shields with grace. Together, they are the Four. Not just Marvel's first family, but echoes of a much older family, a divine cast of characters we've been telling stories about since the very beginning. They aren't just science experiments, they're archetypes, symbols. They represent what we value: fire, wisdom, strength, protection. They're not just superheroes, they're us, and our brightest, boldest, and most mythic. So next time someone says comic books are just for kids, you can tell them the Fantastic Four were forged in the same fires that gave us Olympus, that their stories echo through time, from ancient scrolls to Silver Age comics to the big screen today. They're not just a team, they're a myth reborn. Thanks for watching Epic Stories Explained. If this video sparked your curiosity, hit that like button like Zeus slamming a thunderbolt. Subscribe for more mythology meets modern epics content. And share this with a friend who needs to know that Sue Storm might just be a goddess. Got ideas for other Marvel myth matchups? Let us know in the comments. And hey, who would Zeus be in the Marvel Universe? We'll let you battle that one out below. Until next time, keep your fire lit, your mind sharp, your strength grounded, and your power unseen.